Your twist out isn't going to fail because you didn't spend $33 on a custard. It will fail because perhaps you rushed your application, or you haven't really mastered the technique of twisting your hair wet, or the technique of drying, or the technique of separating, but never because you didn't use that $46 viral hair milk. Never. When I did the big chop, I was a broke student, working hard, studying hard, barely sleeping, and yet somehow my hair grew just fine. Using the same shampoo. I had that shampoo for many years. The same conditioner, which, by the way, tripled as my pre-poo, my rinse-out conditioner, and my leave-in over and over and over again. No styling foams, no curl refreshers, no 5-step detangling sprays, no bond builders, and no hydrating gels with 12 botanical extracts. Just one dependable conditioner that I used in every part of my routine in one shampoo. And my hair grew. Why? Because I was consistent with my wash day, with protecting my hair, and with leaving my hair be. Then life got better. I earned more money, and with it came the urge to treat myself, you see. So I started collecting a few products here and there. Not much, but the collection started to grow. A new leave-in here, a new defining gel there, a new hair mask here because my hair definitely needed that hair mask. A butter someone swore was a miracle until one day I looked around and realized that my shelf was cluttered and my results had not improved. My hair didn't feel any healthier. If anything, I was more confused and wash day started becoming a whole production. So I came to my senses and I built a system that supports my routine without draining my account or crowding my space. I call it my Capsule product setup. And it works because it is built around 3 truths. Number 1, my hair doesn't need variety. What it needs is consistency with my hair care habits. Number 2, my routine doesn't need to be long. It needs to be repeatable. And number 3, my wallet doesn't need to keep spending to get results. How do I know? I grew up my hair on the barest minimum, and you can do the same as well. Before we get into it, I built a free email course to help you get out of the cycle of confusion and burnout. It walks you through the mindset, the routines, and the tools to finally build a hair routine that runs on autopilot, reduce your product pile, and feel good about your hair without spending every Sunday fighting it. It is completely free, and the link's in the description box below. Right. See, what we don't realize is that every new product means another decision, another experiment that may be unnecessary, another bit of chaos in our already full lives. When your routine costs you your peace, it is time to simplify. The healthiest hair routines are not built on variety. They are built on a consistent rhythm, and rhythm begins with boundaries. In today's video, we are discussing how to budget for your natural hair, what to do with the stash you already have at home without doing away with everything, how to choose your hair products, how to actually stick to your budget, and what a low natural hair budget actually means and what it doesn't. Number 1, here's how to make your budget work for you. Set a monthly limit to your hair products, the same way you do for your groceries, like a subscription to any other service you have, $5 or $10, that amount becomes your boundary. If you don't need anything, it just rolls over. If your bottle finishes and you already have the funds, there you go. If the money is not in your account, the product doesn't get bought. Very simple. This keeps your buying intentional and your shelf under control. Now, if there are big sales, like Black Friday sales or something like that, perhaps you can consider setting aside $5 every month so that by November, you have $60 saved for annual top-ups. Or you can do $10 every month so that by November, you have that money saved for your top-ups. It's not about restrictions, even though restrictions are a good thing. It's about being intentional so we can be consistent with our routine so we don't panic buy when we have bills and more important things due. Number 2, what to do with the stash you already have. There's a video on the channel right now that goes into depth on this matter, but don't throw away anything yet. Instead, divide your products into 4 stashes. Your active products, these are the ones that you are using right now. You've used multiple times. You know exactly how they behave. They work for you. They work for your climate. They work for your lifestyle, whether or not you're active. They work for the styles you're wearing right now. These are your go-tos. Then your laters. These are the ones that you like, you really enjoy, but they do not fit your routine right now. They are for another style that we like to do, but not our regular style. Do you know what I mean? Your flops. These are the ones you already know do not work for you. They don't work. Let them go. And then your expired ones or your damaged ones, these are the ones we're doing away with. Then donate your flops or use them to stretch your products out, right? That hard gel, maybe if you mix it in with a dab of leave-in, it can become an edge control. We can do something with products we already have to make them work in other ways for us. This video goes into more details about that. Now, schedule your wash days to use only products from your active pile for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then keep the products in your laters for later time, for when you want to switch up your style, for when you want to do that other style. But whatever you do, keep products that work for multiple steps or pair well with others. There's no point using products that you need to get 2 more products to supplement or augment for that one to work. No need for that. Number 3, choose your core products, your active products intentionally. Instead of asking, what's a good product to use? Ask, what style do I wear most often? Pick your core style. For example, that can be a wash and go that you do weekly, a twist that you do weekly or every 2 weeks, or braids, or whatever the case may be. Then choose 3 to 5 products for just that one style. That is your go-to style. Pick the products that match that style. 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner, maybe 3 styling products. This is it, your capsule for that one style. Then if you regularly wear 2 other styles, say buns or stretch sets, pick 2 to 3 stylers for each of those other styles, right? So that you have your laters and you have your actives. Everything else we do not need. And number 4, how to make it work on your tight budget. Consider using 1 conditioner for 3 jobs like I mentioned earlier, for your pre-poo, for your rinse out, and for your leave-in. It works best when it has a ton of slip and no protein overload. Skip the fancy spritz. That's another thing you can do. You can make your own refresher at home with boiled water and a teaspoon or so of conditioner. That's it. In a bottle, there's your refresher. Then consider buying your products from the basics aisle. That $5 conditioner at the chemist you just walked past, it probably will do 85% of what your $43 conditioner claims to do. So consider buying your products at the chemist. Also, finish your bottle before buying another. There's no need for several backups. 1 backup is just fine for us to give us that leeway to get another one. That alone can save you hundreds of dollars in a year. Stick to the same hairstyle so you don't need different products for different hairstyles. Unsubscribe to newsletters or accounts or channels that always make you buy things. You already have stuff at home. You don't need any more stuff. Use up what you already have at home. Even if you don't like it anymore, even if you'd rather try something new, I know that feeling as well. Use it up nonetheless. And then design your routine to use the same products. Number 5, what actually is simplicity? Simplicity isn't a downgrade. It is a boundary that frees you up. It is protection for your hair, for you, for your wallet. Just because you are on a budget doesn't mean that your hair has to suffer. It actually means you're finally spending smarter and that you are now forcing yourself to become consistent with your routine and not buy any and everything that is advertised to you. And the more consistent you are with fewer products, the more your hair responds to those products and the more you understand your hair. Your twist out isn't going to fail because you didn't spend $33 on a custard. It will fail because perhaps you rushed your application, or you used something that your hair was not used to, or you haven't really mastered the technique of twisting your hair wet, or the technique of drying, or the technique of separating, but never because you didn't use that $46 viral hair milk. Never. Your hair deserves peace, and we owe it to our hair to give it just that. Take the free email course to help you build back your routine with calm and clarity and prediction. The link is in the description box below. I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.